She didn't ghost you, she tested you. And bro, you failed. Not because you loved her too much, because you showed her something no woman can stay attracted to, a man who needs her to survive. Right now, you're running every scenario in your head. If I say this, if I text this, if I just explain myself one more time, stop. I'm about to tell you something that's gonna feel like ice water to the face. The more you chase, the more she runs, not because she's cruel, because biology doesn't lie. Attraction doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to value. And before we go any further, hit that subscribe button right now. Not for me, for you. Because what I'm about to break down isn't motivation. It's a system. And you're gonna need to come back to this when 2 a.m. hits and your fingers start hovering over her name. Here's the thesis. And yeah, it's gonna sting. But that sting, that's your wake-up call. Her pulling away isn't a problem to fix. It's a mirror. And right now, that mirror is showing you a version of yourself you built around her, not for yourself. You think she left because you weren't enough. No cap. She left because you stopped being you. You stopped having edges. You stopped having standards. You became so available, so adjustable, so please don't leave me, that she couldn't feel where she ended and you began. And here's what nobody's telling you. Attraction isn't built on effort. It's built on identity. You don't get chosen because you try harder. You get chosen because you're harder to replace. Not your looks, not your money, your presence, your frame, the way you move through the world like a man who has somewhere to be, with or without her. But right now, if we're being dead honest, you're not heartbroken. You're identity broken. You outsourced your confidence to her replies. You built your whole nervous system on her mood. And the second she went quiet, you panicked. Not because she's the one, but because without her validation, you don't know who you are anymore. That's not love, bro. That's dependency wearing a love story costume. So how did you get here? How does a grown man end up refreshing her Instagram at 1 a.m. like it's gonna tell him something different? You made her your center. Not just your girlfriend, your mission, your mirror, your emotional regulation system. So when she disappeared, your mind did what unanchored minds do. It started negotiating with reality. One more text, one more call, one more apology, one more explanation, and every single one more is another vote cast for the version of you that doesn't respect himself. You stopped training, stopped eating right, stopped sleeping, stopped building. You went from a man with a direction to a man with a question. What is she thinking? Who is she with? How do I get her back? And here's the cold reality. A man who lives in questions gets treated like an option, because options don't lead, options wait. And waiting out of fear isn't patience, it's surrender. Let's talk about the price you keep paying, the one you're not even counting. It costs you your dignity, your edge, that part of you that used to feel solid, like you could lose someone and still stand up straight, be disappointed and still be disciplined, be alone and still feel whole. When you chase her, you don't just lose her respect, you lose your own. And once you lose your own self-respect, bro, you start doing things that don't even feel like you. You write paragraphs at midnight. You ask for closure. You say, I just want to talk. You become so understanding, you become invisible. So nice, you become forgettable. When exactly did you decide being a man meant being on call 24/7 like customer support? When did you decide love meant tolerating silence as an answer? Because here's reality. No games, no sugarcoating. If she wants to be with you, she will make it clear. Not perfect, not effortless, but clear. And if it's not clear, you don't chase clarity. You become clarity. If this is hitting different right now, if you're feeling something shift, subscribe. Seriously. Because the next time loneliness starts lying to you, the next time your ego starts bargaining, you need truth on repeat, not comfort, clarity. Hit the button. Let's keep going. Here's the shift that changes everything. Her silence is not your cue to beg. It's your cue to ascend. When a woman pulls away, it's almost always one of four things. 1. She's overwhelmed and genuinely needs space. 2. She's testing your frame, seeing if your confidence is real or just a performance. 3. She's exploring other options. 4. She's emotionally checked out and you're just comfort she can access on her terms. Here's what you don't want to hear. You cannot talk your way out of any of those four. You can only embody your way out. She's overwhelmed? Your calm is attractive. She's testing you? Your self-respect passes the test. She's exploring? Your absence creates contrast. She's checked out? Your standards protect you. In every single scenario, chasing makes you smaller. Groundedness makes you bigger. So what does guaranteed she reappears actually mean? It means if you do this right, you get one of two outcomes, and both are wins. Either she reappears because she feels the weight of losing a man who actually has value, or she doesn't come back and you reclaim your life. Either she returns with respect or you move forward with self-respect. That's the guarantee, not her behavior, your outcome. Picture two men. Man one, he lives in her weather. She's warm, he's confident. She's cold, he's anxious. He's always adjusting, always performing, always trying to earn what should have been freely given. He says, I just want her back. But what he really means is, I need my nervous system to stop screaming. Man 2. This is the man you need to become, and I'm going to describe him clearly enough that it makes you uncomfortable if you're not living this way. This man doesn't negotiate for attention, doesn't argue with silence, doesn't worship potential. When someone runs, he doesn't chase. He has boundaries he doesn't give speeches about because his boundaries are enforced by action, not emotion. He's not bitter, he's not playing games, he's not trying to get her back, he's trying to get himself back. He has a purpose that existed before her, a body he respects, work that matters, goals that require silence, focus, and repetition. So when he loves, it's not desperate, it's selective. When he commits, it's real. When he walks away, it's final, not as a threat, as a principle. Women don't fall in love with your words, they fall in love with your frame. All right, let's get into it. Not motivational, actionable. Because your feelings don't need more analysis, they need orders. Step 1. Cut the social media stalking, now. Every time you check her profile, that's a relapse. You're reopening a wound and wondering why it won't heal. Cut the supply. Protect your mind like it's the most valuable asset you own, because it is. Step 2. No temperature check texts. No, hey, how are you? No, just checking in. That's not kindness. That's craving dressed up as politeness. If she chose distance, let her feel what she chose. Presence versus absence, reality versus fantasy. Step 3. If you already reached out and she's cold, do not double text. Don't explain. Don't clarify. Don't pour more into a cup with a hole in it. Let the silence do what silence is designed to do. Reveal truth. Silence is an answer. Silence is data. Step 4. Redirect into visible self-respect, not self-improvement as a performance for her. Self-respect as a lifestyle. Train, not to look good for her, to feel solid for you. Work, not to distract yourself, to build something that makes you proud. Sleep. Eat. Read. Build routines that don't need romance to function. Step 5. Rebuild your brotherhood. You need men around you who tell you the truth. Isolation makes you romanticize. Community makes you realistic. When you're alone too long, your mind turns one woman into a religion. You need other voices, other missions, other standards. Step 6, and this is where most men blow it. If she comes back, you do not melt. You don't become a golden retriever. You don't act like nothing happened. You stay calm, stay warm, stay grounded. You watch. Is she accountable? Is she consistent? Is she trying to rebuild? Or is she just checking if you're still on the shelf? Because if you give her instant access with zero standard, you teach her the worst lesson possible, that your attention is free even after disrespect. And here's a definition I need you to put in your bones. Self-betrayal is when you abandon your values to avoid someone else abandoning you. That's what you've been doing. Today, it stops. For a lot of you, it's coming. She's gonna send that casual text, a meme, a "hey stranger," a "miss you, can we talk?" And your heart's gonna spike because your ego's gonna say, "I'm winning." No, you're being evaluated. Will you abandon everything the second she taps the glass, or will you stay grounded and require substance? The man who's done the work doesn't need to punish her, doesn't need to lecture her. He responds from self-respect. He doesn't chase the high, he checks the reality. He asks himself, is she adding peace to my life or taking it? Is she consistent or chaotic? Is she here for me or here because she's lonely? And if the answers are wrong, he doesn't argue. He exits quietly. And that quiet exit is louder than any paragraph you could write. That's called consequence. Here's what's gonna hit deepest. The reason you want her back so badly is because you think her return will validate your worth. You think if she reappears, it proves you mattered. Bro, you mattered before she ever showed up. Your worth is not a verdict she gets to deliver. You are not a courtroom begging for judgment. You are the judge. You are the standard. And when you finally live like that, something shifts. You stop needing her to come back. And that's usually exactly when she starts knocking. Not magic. Your energy changes, your posture, your decisions. You're no longer vibrating with please choose me. You're vibrating with I choose what chooses me. That's a man. And that man is magnetic, not because he's asking to be saved, but because he's building, leading, moving. So here's your identity reset. Take it personally. You are not the guy who got left. You are the man who got redirected. You are not the man who lost her. You are the man who found the line he will never cross again. You are not the victim of her silence. You are the author of your standards. No begging, no performing, no late-night spirals, no self-humiliation dressed up as romance. You walk with calm. You work with focus. You train with discipline. You love with standards. And if she reappears, she meets a man, not a wound. And if she doesn't, she becomes a chapter, not your whole book. Either way, you win. Now subscribe, because this channel isn't about getting her back. It's about getting you back. And that man, he doesn't beg, he builds. Let's go.